of Pharmacy is one of the newly established study programs in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. The decree issued by the Director General of Higher Education from the Ministry of National Education, Indonesia, dated on 9th of July 2010, has become its legal basis for the establishment of the School of Pharmacy from the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. It was followed by the establishment of the School of Pharmacists on November 2016.
Our curriculum is competency-based curriculum with program-based learning method in which study program of Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta is a pioneer implementing the method in learning pharmacy in Indonesia. Pharmacy study program and pharmacists have several adequate laboratories to support learning process and have partners for students practicum such as hospital, primary health care centers, pharmaceutical industry, and pharmacies.
Paradigma pendidikan kami adalah memberi peluang bagi yang ingin berusaha untuk maju dan meraih kemandirian dengan penguasaan ilmu dan teknologi secara kreatif, inovatif, dinamis, dan berakhlakul karimah. Visi kami menjadi sebuah universitas yang unggul dalam pengembangan ilmu dan teknologi dengan berlandaskan nilai-nilai Islam untuk kemaslahatan umat.
Welcome to Yogyakarta, a city with culture and local wisdom. The culture and local wisdom offered in Yogyakarta become the main factor for students to visit and to pursue their education in this city. In March 1993, Central Board of Muhammadiyah has established Medical Faculty of University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta to educate potential medical doctors. Along with the demand on other health personnel in the society, School of Nursing has been established in 2000. School of Dentistry has been established in 2004. And School of Pharmacy established in 2010. Due to the various study programs, medical faculty has been renamed into Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences.
Dikukur Melayu, enes dinosaurus.
Faculty of Medicine and Health
Melayu,
Sciences at
Dek.
University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta commits to providing graduates as outputs who are professional, Islamic and able to develop science and technology on medical and health fields for the welfare of the nation and Muslims, as well as able to compete worldwide.
Cek. Sarah masuk ya Bu, Pipin Kutang Mbak Devi.
Our vision is to be Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences with good faculty governance and independence, evidence-based in developing science and technology, root from Islamic Indonesian social culture, beneficial for people and including one of the best in Asia.
Interprofessional education is one of top program in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. The existence of 4 health professions in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta is a valuable opportunity to organize collaborative practice during courses either through undergraduate course or through profession base. The existing Center of Islamic Medicine Study for Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta is an effort to realize integration of Islamic value into medicine and health.
The relationship of Faculty of Medicine and Health Science Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta consists of several affiliations with various institutions within country and abroad, either public or private institutions, in order for the development on academic, research and community development. It is an evidence of trust from public, toward Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. This relationship is conducted to support the faculty in educating and establishing young health professionals worldwide. The students' activities in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta are designed to establish health professionals who are able to compete globally without losing Islamic value. Thousands of scholars from Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta are academically tested and work in various and dynamic activities. This makes the alumni strong and competent.
Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta implements the method that we are educated not only to learn but also to understand. Therefore, there are time and space for us to comprehend health as science.
What I like the most is that we have passion in health. It is about the quality of the education itself. To love health as an occupation will make us ready and professional in working world later.
In this faculty, I find what Indonesia is. I mingle, I share, I interact with students and lecturers. I find it really nice and full of tolerance. I think the educational system is not different with my country.
It is a living contribution from Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta towards the world of health services in Indonesia. Several kinds of achievements obtained by students and lecturers of Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences in field of health. Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta will continue these achievements in order to support and improve quality of Islamic medical education and health study in Indonesia.
Join us to reach the excellence and international competitiveness in medicine and Islamic health.
memberi peluang bagi yang ingin berusaha untuk maju dan meraih kemandirian dengan penguasaan ilmu dan teknologi secara kreatif, inovatif, dinamis, dan berakhlakul karimah. Visi kami menjadi sebuah universitas yang unggul dalam pengembangan ilmu dan teknologi dengan berlandaskan nilai-nilai Islam untuk kemaslahatan umat.
Welcome to Yogyakarta, a city with culture and local wisdom. The culture and local wisdom offered in Yogyakarta become the main factor for students to visit and to pursue their education in this city. In March 1993, Central Board of Muhammadiyah has established Medical Faculty of University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta to educate potential medical doctors. Along with the demand on other health personnel in the society, School of Nursing has been established in 2000. School of Dentistry has been established in 2004. And School of Pharmacy established in 2010. Due to the various study programs, medical faculty has been renamed into Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences at University Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta commits to providing graduates as outputs who are professional, Islamic and able to develop science and technology on medical and health fields for the welfare of the nation and Muslims, as well as able to compete worldwide.
Our vision is to be Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences with good faculty governance and independence, evidence-based in developing science and technology, root from Islamic Indonesian social culture, beneficial for people and including one of the best in Asia.
Interprofessional education is one of top program in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. The existence of 4 health professions in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta is a valuable opportunity to organize collaborative practice during courses either through undergraduate course or through profession-based. The existing Center of Islamic Medicine Study for Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta is an effort to realize integration of Islamic value into medicine and health.
The relationship of Faculty of Medicine and Health Science Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta consists of several affiliations with various institutions within country and abroad, either public or private institutions, in order for the development on academic, research and community development. It is an evidence of trust from public toward Faculty of Medicine and Health Science Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. This relationship is conducted to support the faculty in educating and establishing young health professionals worldwide. The students' activities in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta are designed to establish health professionals who are able to compete globally without losing Islamic value. Thousands of scholars from Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta are academically tested and work in various and dynamic activities. This makes the alumni strong and competent.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Respectable, the head of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Science Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Dr. Wiwi Kusumawati MPhil, Honorable Representative from FKIK UMY, MSc, Honorable guest speakers, Mr. Agung Pengabdian, Terhadap, and Dr. Fitria Nur Hidayah, Internal Medicine Specialist MD, Honorable Community Service, Mrs. Apoteker Saptanti Harimurti, PhD, Apoteker Pinasti Utami, MSc, and Apoteker Nurul Hazias, MSc. honorable all participants, and of course all invitations. First of all, let's first with Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the creator and sustainer of the universe. His be upon Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the last messenger of Allah, who has human life from the distraction into the right way of Islam. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bita Diniratus Nuraini. It is an awesome and precious chance for me to be your master of ceremony in this morning in our event community dedication. PROTOCOVID, understanding COVID-19 health protocol. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, step one to the following agenda are speeches. The first is welcome speech from head of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Science Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Dr. Wiwi Kusmawati MSc. Dr. Wiwi, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shroli sodri wa yassirli amri wa hludatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Head of School of Pharmacy, Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. The Honorable Speakers, Mr. Agung Purwowidian, Master Education from International Affairs Division, Konkan University, Thailand. Dr. Fitria Nurul Hidayah, Specialist of Internal Medicine. The Honorable Moderator, Mrs. Apotheker Nurul Masia, and all participants. First of all, let us pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His grace, blessing, we are in good health during a prolonged pandemic. Today we will discuss about PROTOCOVID in the International Community Service webinar presented through collaboration between Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta and Konkan University. The topic today about PROTOCOVID is very related and important with the situation we are facing. I see in Indonesia we have been doing teaching learning such as practical skills, laboratory, examination or USCI, and other activities through offline more than before. Even though the government vaccination program has been implemented, but I am sure that the coverage has not been reached the targeted population. So, awareness to health protocols still needed to be maintained for all us in conducting safety activities. So, related to this webinar, I would like to thank you to the speaker for knowledge and experience that will be shared in this webinar, and appreciate to the committee for your effort to the webinar. I hope this webinar give more benefit for all of us in preventing spreading the infection in the pandemic. And I think that's all. Thank you very much. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Wiwi, for your speech. The second speech is representative from PPI, Apotheker Pugu Novi Arsito, MSc. Mr. Pugu, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Dean, Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Dr. Wiwi Kusmawati MKes, and also the honorable speakers from KKU, International Affairs Division Representative, Mr. Agung Purwawidian, Master of Education, and also the honorable speaker from Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Dr. Fitria, specialized in internal medicine, and to all the participants which attend this webinar will have the freshman student from Indonesia, and all of the students from Indonesia, they are success to gain scholarship award from KKU. And first I would like to say congratulations to all of you, to all of the awardee, and I hope this kind of achievement will contribute to making our country and our organization in Indonesia become more developed and more solid. However, we realize, as we know, that we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic condition, and we have to be aware about this condition, especially when we would like to traveling, go to overseas or in the city. And also, I would like to say congratulations to all of the students in Konkan University, Indonesian university, which already graduate in this year. Congratulations. And I know that all of you would like to soon come back to Indonesia, and we have to know that this COVID condition uh, make us have to more aware about this condition. And based on this case, we Permita Konkan University, in collaboration with UMY, we design and provide this webinar in order to build the social consolidation among us, and also to prevent COVID-19 infection. In my perspective, this condition, uh, in my perspective, the condition of participant in KKU are students who are far away from the home and family, and they need to make extra strategies and also understanding on the health protocols, which is will help them to keep safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. Uh, I wish based on this webinar, we can strengthen each other because we are the family in the overseas. And the last but not the least, don't forget, let's pray to Allah. We pray every day this pandemic condition will be end soon, and we can do our activity normal again. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Puku, for your speech. The next agenda is pretest. For the link will be sent in the chat column. The time for pretest is 10 minutes, which will start at 9:25 until 9:35 West Indonesia time. All participants can start the pretest. all participants. Thanks for your pretest. And next agenda is watch the video starter kit. Enjoy for watching.
Sudah 1 tahun pandemi COVID-19 melanda seluruh dunia. Berbagai upaya terus dilakukan untuk menghadapinya. Kehidupan model baru harus menjadi tradisi. Dalam situasi new normal, protokol kesehatan harus selalu diterapkan. Untuk itu, jangan lupa membawa starter kit PROTOCOVID saat keluar rumah, meliputi cadangan masker, hand sanitizer, desinfektan, alat makan, dan alat ibadah pribadi. Perhatikan gambar untuk melihat jenis-jenis masker dan daya proteksinya. Segera buang masker sekali pakai ke tempat sampah saat pulang. Dengan cara semprot masker dengan desinfektan. Rusak masker dengan cara menggunting tali dan tutupnya. Lalu, masukkan masker ke dalam plastik yang aman dan buang ke tempat sampah domestik. Penggunaan hand sanitizer sama seperti saat mencuci tangan dengan sabun, mengikuti cara yang dianjurkan oleh WHO. Berikut cara menggunakan hand sanitizer sesuai anjuran WHO. Tuangkan hand sanitizer gel secukupnya ke tangan secara menyeluruh sampai basah. Jika kamu menggunakan hand sanitizer spray, kamu bisa menyemprotkan kurang lebih 8 kali semprot. Tetapkan pada telapak tangan, pada sela-sela jari, pada punggung tangan, pada ibu jari, pada punggung jari, pada kuku-kuku jari, dan juga pada pergelangan tangan. Gosok terus hingga meresap ke seluruh bagian tangan. Jangan lupa melakukan desinfeksi untuk meja, gagang pintu, dan handlebars yang dipakai orang banyak. Biasakan membawa makanan dari rumah atau paling tidak membawa peralatan makan sendiri. Ketika mengerjakan sholat, jangan lupa untuk memakai peralatan sholat sendiri, baik mukena ataupun sajadah. Jangan lupa 5M untuk mencegah penularan COVID-19 lebih luas. Memakai masker. Mencuci tangan dengan sabun atau hand sanitizer. Menjaga jarak. Membatasi mobilitas. Dan menjauhi kerumunan. Terima kasih, semoga bermanfaat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks for watching the video starter kit. Ladies and gentlemen, now we will start our session in the educational, which will moderator greeted by Apotheker Nurul Maziah, MSc. Previously, we will read the CV of today's moderator. Name is Apotheker Nurul Maziah, MSc. Was born in Semarang, October 8, 1988. Educational background to take a bachelor degree in Gajah Mada University, take a profession in Gajah Mada University, and take a master degree in Gajah Mada University. She currently serves as the head of pharmacy professional and lecturer in Faculty of Medicine at the Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta. For Apotheker Nurul Maziah, MSc, times is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the Master of Ceremony. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurul Maziah, as mentioned by the MC. And I'm here today to be the moderator for the educational session of the virtual webinar for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us all praise God who has given us the opportunity to be here today in our virtual event. Salawat and salam also we may send to our Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has brightened us up the Muslim lives with the Islamic values. I would like to welcome all speakers and also all participants in our International Community Service Program held by the School of Pharmacy, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, in collaboration with Permita, Konkan University, Thailand, or the Indonesian Student Association in Thailand. For today, we will have a very interesting topic, and I think it's still trending here in the situation of the COVID-19 pandemic. The topic for today's webinar is PROTOCOVID, Understanding COVID-19 Health Protocol. Our main target for this virtual webinar are the students, as mentioned by the head of Permita Konkan University, Mr. Pupu, previously. Our main target is the students who are maybe far from home, far from their families. During this pandemic situation, I think we have to have a little bit more extra strategies. A little bit tough because there's so much protocols that we have to adjust, we have to do, we have to conduct in order to keep safe during the pandemic era. So for today's virtual event, we will have two distinguished speakers that will give us more insights about the nature of COVID-19 as well as the health protocols and also the specific health protocols that should be done in Thailand that will be given by the International Affairs Division. Okay, so before we go on to the main agenda, I would like to remind you all, the participants, that during the presentation, you should keep muted so there is no disruption during the presentation. And if you would like to give some questions to the speakers, you can give your questions through the chat room. And maybe after the presentation from these two speakers, I will give the opportunity or the chance to one or two participants who would like to ask or give their questions directly to the speakers. Okay, so maybe we can start or begin the first session for today. The first session will be the presentation from our first speaker, an internist, Dr. Fitria Nurul Hidayah. She's an internist from the School of Medicine, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. I will give you the brief curriculum vitae of our first speaker. So Dr. Fitria Nurul Hidayah, she was born in Yogyakarta, August 19, 1981. And for her educational background, her bachelor degree and also her professional degree was taken in the Medical Education Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, while her master degree in clinical medical science and also internal medicine program was conducted in Universitas Gajah Mada in the same city, Yogyakarta. And currently, she is now the head of medical profession, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, and also a team from the Incident Command Center Mitigation COVID-19 Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. So I think she will be a suitable speaker for today, who will give us about the nature of COVID-19 and also the health protocols, and maybe about the vaccination that is still going on today worldwide. Okay, I think we can begin for our first session. Maybe I would like to greet first Dr. Fitria. Are you already here today with us?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum Dr. Fitria.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Can you hear my clear? Can you hear?
Yes, very clearly, Dr.
All right.
Fitria.
Okay. So I don't think I don't need a mic.
Okay, you will have 30 minutes, approximately 30 minutes to give your presentation, and then after that we'll go to the second session. Please.
Okay. Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, greetings to you all. I hope all of you still in a good condition, still healthy, and I think everyone is in camera. It looks so fresh. So I hope none of you being sick, even by anything, even by COVID. Greeting to you, Mr. Agung Purwawiti. Thanks for the chance. For being here to give, I think, addition. The COVID-19's already been worldwide disease for 1 year, and I think everyone already know about the situation, about the protocol, and I hope you're not getting bored about the protocol. And yes, our duty is to remind all of you about all of the protocol that you should done every day, every single day, to prevent this disease being near you or in your environment. So allow me to share the screen. To my screen, can you see my screen right now clearly?
Yes, we can see your screen, Dr. Fitria.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me start my share. Okay, it's not. I think it's not a lecture. Yeah, it's just sharing. Okay, this is about COVID-19 protocol, and I would like to begin with the worldwide update. As you can see, this is the map of the world, and the color of the blue is indicated the highest, the higher the incidence rate of the country. As you can see here, we are in ASEAN, in Indonesia, especially Indonesia have the darkest color right here, as you can see, and the worst. And you are in Thailand, I think you have the lighter color here. So the incidence rate is more lighter than Indonesia. And this already been a pandemic around the world for more than 1 year. And for this April, there's 34,000 new cases. And confirmed case are already in 131 million. And the death rates, this about 3%, I think, right now. The death until April that is reported to WHO is been in 2,800,000. And thanks God, we already have the vaccines, and until now we have 600,000 doses of vaccine has already been spread around the world. And yes, after the vaccines already been spread around the world, the incidence rate become more getting lower. and the incidence rate become getting lower. And this is the 10 country most affected by the COVID-19. And as you can see, the highest country who wins the incidence rate for right now is still in United States. When the second country was Brazil, India, and the France. I don't know why the US is still in the highest rate, but I think there's so many people still neglected the protocol of COVID. Yeah, there's still so many people don't care about the protocol, and I don't know, because maybe they're so free country, so free to think, and yeah, free for everything. Great Britain and Germany, the Germany is have a good protocol for the country. So I think for the country that already been not in developing country, the Germany is still the winner. And how about us? Yeah, this is an Asian country. Yeah, yes. Indonesia still the winner for the Asian country for the incidence rate of COVID-19. And Thailand, is in 6th grade. Indonesia, and the second still Philippines, the third is Malaysia, the fourth is Myanmar. Singapore, Singapore only 16.400. I think this is because the population itself having impact for this incidence rate. And Indonesia have the highest population for the Asian countries. So the presentation, I think, for the population have the main role here. Okay, now how about the protocol COVID? How to protect yourself and others from COVID-19? Okay. So it's already been 1 year. So I think you already know about all of this. So let me remind you. If COVID-19 is spreading in your community, so you can stay safe. So by taking some simple precautions. What are they? Physical distancing. Don't forget to wearing your mask. Every mask will do. Every mask will do. Whether it's only a cloth mask or even medical mask, or maybe for now is KN and N95. I think that's the highest protection for right now. But the latest investigation just show that even the cloth mask, 3-layer cloth mask is already can protect you from the infections. So now, and keeping room well ventilated, because it's not ventilated, a room can maintain the virus still in the same room every minute and every day. Then avoiding crowds. Why the crowds? Because it's increased the spreading rate. And don't forget to cleaning your hands, because your hands touch so many things in your surrounding. Coughing, don't forget, if you have cough, coughing into a bent elbow or a tissue so that it cannot spread to another places. And tissue, you can throw away tissue to dustbin. And then forget to check local advice where you live and work. And the more important is do it all. Don't just do 3 or 2 things, then just do it all. And now, what to do to keep yourself and others safe from COVID-19? How about the physical distancing? How far that you need to go between each other? At least maintain 1 meter. Maintain 1 meter distance between yourself and others. This is to reduce your risk on infection when they cough. So I think even if they're not coughing, so you are safer. If they are sneeze or cough in a 1 meter distance, I think this is already a safe distance. Now, maintain even greater distance within yourself when you are indoors. The farther away, the better. I think you being in another room, I think it's better. Okay. Now, make wearing a mask as a normal part of being around other people. The appropriate use is still important. Why? Because even if you wear a mask, but you're not using it properly, I think it's still useless. Yeah. Anyone using this kind of mask, this is have the escape hatch. Escape hatch. There's a hole. Yeah. Create a hole in your mouth. Yeah. It's necessary for drinking or maybe eating, but it is not safe. Yeah. Okay. Who's using this kind of mask? Yeah. The earrings. Yeah. You're using a mask, but not proper. Yeah. I still want to talk. Yeah. I still want to eat, but this mask is useless. Yeah. The sniffer. Yeah. You're using a mask, but below your nose. It's not covering a nose at all. So I think it's still useless using a mask like this. And the starch, even this. Yeah. You're using a mask like a mustache. Okay. Okay. The nose plug. Yeah. You're closing the nose, but you're not closing mouth. Yeah. Okay. I think we are so muhasabah. You're still using mask like this, and the neck bird. Yeah, I think this is common around us. Yeah, the neck bird is still common. I see when we want to talk to others and they don't even hear our voice, so we lower the mask, so the view is become the neck bird. Yes, you're wearing a mask, but it's not proper. It's still not safe like you're not wearing one. Okay. Okay, so this is how to wear a mask properly. Clean it. Cleanse your hands before you put your mask on, as well as after you take it off, because the mask, you bring it from the outside, they have a contaminant in front of the mask. So I think every time you're touching a mask, you need to clean your hands. Okay. Then the second, make sure it covers both of it. Yeah, your nose, mouth, and chins. Yeah, because this is for the total protection of the probability of contaminant. Yeah. Okay, store. Okay, when you take off mask, store it in a clean plastic bag on either if you want to reuse it, make sure that you're putting in the safe place, or you can sterilize your cloth mask or your medical mask in a UV light. Okay, and don't use mask with valves. Okay, I think still anybody of you is still using the mask with valves. It's not safe. Maybe it's safe for you, but it's not safe for other people, because they can still getting your aerosol getting out from your mask, so it still can get into the outside room. Okay, when you are in transmission area, don't forget about the three things. First is location. Yeah, open air spaces is safer than enclosed spaces. Yeah, so we are here if you want to help any some agenda. We like prefer in open spaces rather than in enclosed spaces. And proximity, yeah, farther, yeah, the more farther, the safer, yeah. Okay, so this is location, proximity, and the other is time. Shorter time periods of being with others is safer, yeah. So don't be too long with talking with other people. Don't be too long being in the crowded area. Don't be too long in, or even don't choose a closed space area if you want talking in longer time. Yeah, open air space more is safer. How about if you need shopping for groceries? Yeah, I think everyone needs for this. Yeah, this is the need of all of us. Yeah, for shopping groceries. Can we still shopping? Yeah, in this kind of this pandemic situation? Yes, of course. Yeah, but don't forget. Yeah, always check on your local regulations. Bring sanitizer. Yeah, always bring your own sanitizer, even if in the public area there's already been sanitizer. I think, yeah, right now it's already everywhere, but still bring your own sanitizer. And if you are in high risk group, yeah, wearing a medical mask is preferable. Okay, like in our community, we are in a healthcare community, we're using medical masks. But if you're in the public area, yeah, which is not in a healthcare area, we can use a cloth mask. Okay. Now, when inside the stores, just keep your shopping time short by making a list. So you're not wandering around just seeing everything and choosing here, right? It make your groceries time shopping being longer. So I think it's not safer. So make sure you make a list and so that you can keep your shopping time short. And with other people, keep at least 1 meter distance. Okay, this is still the main the main criteria. Yeah. Okay, reduce your risk. So please go outside peak hours. So don't go at the time when the store is full. So I think it's safer than when you go to the groceries early in the morning or maybe near the closing time. That's, I think, the safer sign because there's no much people there. Okay. If you need to, or you already have your medical appointment, don't cancel it. So because your health is matters too. Don't forget the three main rule here, still doing everywhere. But you can reduce your risk by maybe you can use telemedicine consultation, maybe, yeah, if possible and appropriate in your country or your area. But if there's not possible or not appropriate, you can still go to the healthcare facility. But while waiting, you can avoid the crowded by maintain the physical distancing and don't forget to wear your mask everywhere you go. Okay, and now what to do if someone is sick in your household? Okay. I think everyone, or not everyone, I think one of you or maybe some of you already has this kind of situations. Okay, I have two older brother have this kind of situations. And yes, I still have this protocol. Yeah. First, isolate the sick persons. Yeah. Prepare some separate room or isolated space and keep distance from others. So if you have an isolated place, keep the sick person there, and you are in other rooms who are separated from you. And then reduce contact with the virus. So wear a medical mask, use separated disease cup, eating utensil, and even bedding from sick person. Yeah, this is for avoiding that the virus can still spreading for the in the surface of the bedding, the sick person, or even the utensil. Clean and disinfect frequently, touched surface. Yeah, because yeah, this is to avoid the virus that can still remain in the surface of the area. Okay, how to take care of the sick person? Yeah, monitor the sick person's symptoms regularly, pay special attention if the person is at high risk of serious illness, maybe if they have a comorbid, ensure the sick person rests and stays hydrated. Yeah, okay, if they have a no severe illness, no severe symptoms, they can take be in care at home. But if they already have comorbidities, maybe they have a severe symptom, they have to be, yeah, like this. This is danger sign, yeah. If they have danger sign like difficulty of breathing, loss of speech or mobility, confusion, or maybe a chest pain, yeah, you have to bring the sick person to hospital immediately. Yeah, they have to be isolated in the hospital. You cannot take care of it at your home any longer. So how to make your environment safer? Yeah. Now, avoid the 3C space that are close, crowded, or in close contact. Yeah. The outbreaks have been reported in restaurant, choir practice, fitness classes, nightclubs, yeah, offices, and places of worship. Yeah, so I think that's why the lockdown process is including all of these places. Okay, often in crowded indoor setting where they talk loudly, shouting, and breathing so heavily, yeah, or singing, yeah, they can spreading the virus quickly. Okay, how if we have to meet people outside? Okay, outdoor gatherings are safer than indoor one, particularly if indoor spaces are small and without outdoor air coming in. Yeah, okay. Avoid crowded or indoor setting, but if you can, then take precaution like I've mentioned before. Yeah, using mask, please safe social distancing. Yeah, just wash your hand frequently. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget the basic of good hygiene. Yeah. Okay. Regularly, thoroughly clean your hands with alcohol-based hand rub. Okay. Or if you have a no hand rub, you can wash them with soap, only soap and water. I think it's simple, yeah. The simple way. You can find any soap anywhere. Yeah. Avoiding touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, yeah, because your hand touch many surfaces and they can pick up viruses from anywhere. You even didn't notice that. Okay. Cover your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Yeah. Okay. By following this good respiratory hygiene, you can protect the people around you from the viruses, even with not only from the COVID-19, even from the simplest virus like colds and flu. Yeah. Yeah. This is not only for the COVID-19, I think. Yeah. You can protect others by this good respiratory hygiene. Clean and disinfect surfaces frequently, especially those which are regularly touched, like what? Like door handles, maybe, yeah. The table surface, yeah. Yeah, I think every time it's touched, you need to clean and disinfect it. Okay. How about if yourself? Yeah. What to do if you feel unwell? Yeah, okay. First, you have to know the full range of symptoms of COVID-19. Whether if do I get a COVID-19? Yeah. So you have to know, you should can to diagnose yourself. The most common symptom of COVID-19 are fever, dry cough, and tiredness. Only that. There's also anosmia. You cannot smell anything. You can taste anything. Yeah, it's anosmia. Yeah. Other symptoms are less common. Yeah. Okay. Headache, sore throat, nasal congestions, red eyes, even diarrhea. I have so many patients with COVID-19 comes with diarrhea complaining, or even a skin rash. Okay, stay at home, yeah, and self-isolate even if you have minor symptoms, yeah, such as cough, headache, and mild fever. Don't go anywhere because you can spread, even if you have a COVID-19, you can spread your virus to your environment. So if you think you have this virus, stay home. And you have only mild symptom, I think, yeah. But if you have severe symptoms, you have to go to the hospital. Okay, cough. Okay, if you have fever, cough, and difficulty of breathing, go seek medical attention immediately. You can go by telephone first, yeah. So after that, you can follow the directions that given, yeah. After that, keep up, yeah, keep up to date to the latest information from trusted sources. So don't listen from the another not untrusted sources because they can tell you any hoax, yeah. Any not right news, yeah. Local and national authorities and public health units are best places to advise to get any latest information, or maybe you can go to CDC on WHO, yeah. Okay. Only using the trusted sources, yeah. Don't trust the untrusted sources, yeah. So if you have been diagnosed with COVID-19, yeah, first stay in separate room and away from others, yeah. So you can isolate yourself from another like this, from other person like this, yeah, in the in isolated area with a good ventilations, yeah. Open windows frequently. This is to make the virus is not circle, yeah, circle around this this environment. Okay. Okay, this is the last. I think I will give you a brief information about the coronavirus vaccine. These vaccines, yeah, already save millions of lives each year. Okay, and how it works? Yeah, vaccine works by training and preparing the body's natural defense, the immune systems, yeah, to recognize and fight off the viruses and bacteria they target. After the vaccination, the body, and then if later exposed to this disease, specific disease that already been specific for the immunization, the body is immediately ready to destroy them. So it can preventing illness before they even spread. Yeah. Okay. For the February and 2021. At least 7 different vaccines across 3 platforms have been rolled out in countries. And the vulnerable population in all countries are the highest priority for the vaccination. Okay. All right. Okay, 7 different types of potential vaccine. We have 4 kind of vaccine. The first is inactivated or weakened virus vaccine. This is now Sinovac, yeah, that we already taken. Protein-based vaccine, which is using harmless fragment of the protein cells that mimic the COVID-19 viruses. Viral vector vaccine, yeah, which use safe virus, yeah, so they cannot cause disease. So I think the vaccine itself cannot. It has to be, yeah, it has to be. They cannot cause any disease, yeah, because they only consist of inactivated or weakened virus vaccine or only fragment of the viral, yeah. RNA and DNA vaccines, yeah, it's only a cutting edge approach that use genetically engineered RNA or DNA. So even there's no virus in there, only the RNA and the DNA. Okay, this is the lesson learned that we have to harus to appreciate ourselves. Yeah, appreciate ourselves. As you can see, this is for the polio, the vaccines already been there for 16 years. Ebola, 15 years. SARS-CoV-1, the vaccines baru ada itu apa? The vaccines apa ya? Already, jadi from the first time they met the Ebola and the SARS-CoV-1, from time till the time they already had the vaccine is 70 years.
The vaccine.
Yeah, okay. This is a pharmacy, the pharmacy part, I think this. For the man, there's no vaccine until 6 years from now, yeah? And the SARS-CoV, you can see, we already have the vaccines in 12 until 18 months, yeah? So this is a very good improvement, yeah. We have a lot of vaccines I can give you only 16 of it, yeah. The first is from the Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and the vaccine that already been approved by WHO. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 5, yeah. The other one is still not approved by the WHO because it's still in progress. So the Sinovac is still not approved by the WHO because the status of assessment is still in progress. Yeah, so this is make a problem for our Umroh Jamaah and Haji Jamaah because the vaccine is still not approved by the WHO. Okay, the important one. Safe and effective vaccine will be a game changer, but for the future, we still must continue wearing masks, physically distancing, and still avoiding crowds. Yeah, being vaccinated doesn't mean that we can throw caution to the wind and put ourselves in other at risk because it's still not clear the degree to which the vaccine can protect. Not only against the disease, but also against infection and transmission. So yes, I think this protocol is still very important to all of you. Yeah, even you are already being vaccinated. Yeah. Well, okay, I think that's my share for today. Thank you for your kind of attention. Still stop the spread. Yeah, you still, this is the picture, I think it's taken from the internet. We're apart, but still, you are still in my heart. So we have a technology to talk to each other. Yeah, so many ways to keep in touch. Okay, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to the moderator.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fitria, for the valuable presentation about the COVID-19 and also the health protocols that we must do. I think one of the things that is interesting in the beginning of your presentation is that I think all of us have to do self-introspection, self-reflection about what have we been doing the past year during the pandemic of COVID-19. I think that in the beginning, we usually very strict about the protocols, and then after several months, then we go a little bit loose about the protocols. I think we have to do self-introspection about that. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Fitria. Thank you also for the questions that have been given by the participants. We will have the discussion after the second session. So thank you again for Dr. Fitria, and we'll go to our next session for today with our second speaker, Mr. Agung Purwawidyan. Mr. Agung Purwawidyan, Master of Education. Are you here with us today? Already here with us, Mr. Agung?
Yes, I'm in.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Agong. We've never met before. I hope we can meet next time if I go to Thailand.
Sure, sure.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Agung. Before we go to the second presentation from Mr. Agung, I would like to give the brief introduction of the curriculum vitae of Mr. Agung Purwawidian. Okay, so Mr. Agung Purwawidian, Master of Education. His educational background is from the UPI, Bachelor Degree, UPI, Elementary School Teacher Education, and he graduated for the Master Degree in the Educational Administration, Mahasarakam University in Thailand, and still now in Thailand, in the International Affairs Division, Konkan University. Okay, and maybe I can give you his latest achievements in 2020, just last year. He's the winner of Narrative Essay Contest from Gelora Party 2020. Okay, thank you very much. We will go on to the next session from Mr. Agung Purwawidian, who will give the presentation about the health protocols in Thailand, especially in Thailand. Mostly maybe for the students. I think lots of the participants here are the students that maybe are already in Thailand or maybe planning to go to Thailand to continue their study. So they must know all the health protocols that is regulated in Thailand from the pre-departure until the arrival. I think there's many protocols, and maybe we can also learn from the Thailand protocols for the Indonesian students. Okay, so we give the next floor to Mr. Agung Purwawidian, approximately 30 minutes to give your presentation.
Thank you. Let me share my PowerPoint. Okay. Before I get started, can you hear my voice clearly, properly?
Yes, very clearly, Mr. Agung.
All right, thank you. And then can you see my slide on the screen?
Yes, we can see your slide.
Okay, cool. Okay, I will start. Very good morning to all of you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for having me. My name is Agung Purwawidian. I am currently serving as the International Relations Officer at the International Affairs Division, Konkan University. So I would like to say greeting to our college in Thailand. Kaprian tan นักศึกษาที่เคารพเป็นอย่างสูงและสวัสดีทุกท่านนะครับผมชื่ออากุง Purwawidian ผมคนอินโดนีเซียตอนนี้มาเรียนครับมาทำงานที่ประเทศไทยนะครับขอบคุณครับ Today again thank you very much for kind of invitation. I've been asked to present to share the information about COVID-19 by Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan, in collaboration with Permita Konkan University. So I'm so happy and delighted that I also can be the same forum as Bu Dr. Nurul and the pharmacist Nurul. So we do have both Nurul here around us. Thank you, everyone. Now I will begin my presentation about understanding COVID-19 health protocol. I will not go to talk about what is COVID-19 or how it could be spread out, but I rather sharing the information, how the educational institution in response to COVID-19, something like that. So there are, this is my outline that I will address to you. The first one is the content and the second one is the objective. So for the content, I will share the information about pre-departure and then the departure and then how, and then the arrival. And for the objective, I do hope that after you attending this Zoom webinar, you will be able to differentiate the information properly, and then you can also identify why this is important for me to know, something like that. And then to understand after you get this information shared by before previous one, Bu Dr. Nurul, which is very informative notion, then we can implement, right, what to do next, something like that. So I will start from the pre-departure. Oh no, from the consider your filter first. So because this is about the sharing information, we are entering into the new era. We make it double, right? New era, where information come very massive, and then rapidly, something like that. So we could not identify which one is valid information, which one is true information. For example, here, there are two news that I picked from website. The first one is from website of Minister of Tourism and Sport in Thailand. And the second one is from social media account, Facebook account from the Richard Barrow in Thailand. If you look at this news, the news is about the number of infected people by COVID on 5th April. And the first news, what do we call, announce the number by the government. And the second one is from Richard Barrow. I don't think that he is a very common people, but maybe he declared himself as the journalist. He forward the news from the government announcement. So do we believe in him, or how do we consider this news is very valid, something like that? So this process, I think we have to be aware of, right? I give you the example that when the information comes to us, we have many choices, and then we have to make decision whether the information become addition, we add more the information to ourselves, or we replace this new information into the old information that we have. And then another one, like substitute. You want to substitute the information that we receive with the new one. And the last one is to arrange or readjust the information that we get from outside into ourselves. We rearrange the information more orderly, something like that. So from this new news, we can make decision whether we want to respond to this information. If we believe to the government, the authority, as Bu Nurul mentioned before, we can make sure that, okay, this information is valid. So you can add this information, right? Or maybe you want to replace. It depends very much on you, on your system belief toward the information that you have, that you read. And to me, when we receive this information, we have to consider the context, right? The context, because when we want to share the information, we have to recall the information that we get before. So in order for us to remember long term, we have to build the context, something like that. So we can recall easily the information that we get, something like that. And then for fun fact here in Thailand, because I am targeting the audience here as the person of the people who want to go to Thailand in soon. So here is the fun fact of Thailand. In 2019, number of international tourist arrival in Thailand, in the Asia Pacific, region, Thailand has been ranked number 2 with 40 million people come over to Thailand. to visit, to study, or to do sightseeing, something like that. So I think this is very good achievement where one country emerge into the world and then attract people to come over to Thailand. If we compare to Indonesia, Indonesia was still reaching 15 million people come over, which is very small number. And this is the homework for Mr. Sandiaga Uno right nowadays. So the question rise up here, how Thailand becomes so sexy? How Thailand can attract many people? This is the question that I think for those who want to come to Thailand need to notify, because I've been here for five years. Until now, I haven't seen the factor, the secret why Thailand is so interesting to come, something like that. So maybe you who want to come to Thailand very soon can consider, can make a decision. I mean, thinking why Thailand becomes so attractive. That's the fun fact. And now the brief introduction that recently happening in Thailand. Within this 7 days, from I noticed from the 1st April up to 8th April, the number of infected people by COVID-19 is increasing, 26 up to 405, or even yesterday is about 500 people already. So Thailand is now experiencing the second wave, I guess. And Thailand nowadays is still in the national state of emergency. So Thailand will implement very strategic procedure, very strict procedure for people who want to come to Thailand. And I will share with you the information of it. But I do remember at the time when Thailand got very first people infected by COVID-19 last year, Thailand implemented curfew. So we cannot go out from our home or apartment, our kosan, from 10 p.m. up to 5 p.m. in the morning. If we go out for do something or for buying something, the police will catch you or will arrest you, something like that. The regulation, I would say, seems so effective. I haven't seen a very quiet environment when the policy is run in the country. I feel so quiet. I mean, the environment is so quiet. I can experience that. So I feel that, oh, I cannot go outside too, right? So I just stay in my room and then watch YouTube, something like that, spending all the time in my room, because the policy to do like curfew. Curfew means the prohibition prohibition activity from 10 p.m. in the night up to 5 p.m. We are not allowed to go outside actually. So interesting. I'm still studying how the policy in Thailand about curfew become so effective. That's why maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago, Thailand experienced zero affected COVID-19. But nowadays it's starting again. So yes, we have to pay attention. Now, pre-departure. As we know that Thailand has good achievement in terms of the most arrival people come to their country. Thailand set up the regulation, the procedure that everyone must follow. The first one, the people must have certificate of entry. You can do it by online. register yourself on the website, and then you will get the certificate to go over to Thailand. However, for the people who want to study in Thailand, you have to also apply for a visa, AD visa. So the way how to do this is you go to the website of COE registration, and then you apply for a visa at the same time. And then you collect the health insurance because this is the regulation from Thailand that cover COVID-19. After you have health insurance, you need to have a quarantine. You have to book quarantine independently that you pay by yourself. And then after that, you book a flight. So during 14 days, you can complete your application to go to Thailand. This is for the certificate of entry. Certificate of entry is different way as visa, but when you go for the purpose, specific purpose like study, you need to have visa, something like that. So you have to do at the same time COE and visa, something like that. You may go to check your embassy in Indonesia, maybe in Jakarta, to find out the clear information and what about the step to do the visa and after you have done for this application, and then you go to Thailand by aircraft, and then for in the departure, I suggest you, as I read also on the website, that you have to print out the document that you have, make it hard copy to proven and to show to the officer letter when you arrive in when you do for boarding ticket boarding and then in the arrival. What you have to show is your health insurance, and then you book what do we call quarantine, and then your certificate, medical certificate, like swab test or PCR test, something like that, no more than 72 hours before departure. So you have to pay attention when you want to go, when you do take off, which day you want to do take off. You have to consider when you have to take medical certificate. I guess in Soekarno-Hatta there is a what do we call a place to take this medical certificate, I guess. So you may find out that further. And also T.8, like this is a form, visitor health inquiry form. It's like a questionnaire that you have to fulfill in when you arrive in Thailand. And the next thing is about application. So it's like Indonesia. So I think Indonesia have the what do we call the applications Peduli, something like that. The name of the application is Peduli
Lindungi.
Peduli Lindungi. Peduli Lindungi, correct. And in Thailand also they name it Thailand Plus, something like that. So you have to install them on your smartphone before you come to Thailand. After you're preparing all the stuff, then you will arrive in Thailand. First, you have to arrive, of course, in Bangkok, and then you spend 10 days to do isolation or quarantine for 10 days. And then after you spend your days for quarantine, you bunch to Khon Kaen University. Also, in Khon Kaen University, you don't have to go directly anywhere. You have to stay for 14 days. This announcement is made was made yesterday because, as I explained to you before, the number of infected people is increasing. And then Konkan recently got about 20 people infected. So Thailand, Konkan University declare the area to do quarantine, and then all the examination classroom come back to virtual, as 2 days ago still do face to face in the classroom. And so for those who just arrived at Konkan, you have to have the, what do we call, the application here. Do you have line application right in your smartphone? So please, you have to scan this QR code. Then when you arrive, you have to make a report to the KKU, what do we call, COVID KKU tracer, something like that, and then report everything that you experience, that you have, and then do the 14 days observation, check your daily body temperature every day. And then after you spend, when you just arrive at the Konkan, you have to report online to the International Affairs Division, stating that you are safely, and then now I'm doing quarantine, something like that. So the Konkan University will notify you of your arrival. And then, yeah, during 40 days, there are don'ts and do that you have to do. I will just summary. The first one is, please make it clean, or please wear a mask, like Dr. Nurul just explained to us, that you have to wear mask properly. And then if you need to go out, as you already install the application Thailand Plus, if for example you go to smart, what do you go? 7-Eleven, yes. When you go to 7-Eleven, you have to scan this QR code to identify yourself, check in, something like that. And if this place that you scan, there was affected people there, the apps will notify you about it. So please be reminded of it. And also stay in the room, do not go anywhere. And for the mask, KKU provide for free. The mask, you can get it at the International Affairs Division. And then, yes, in order to respond to the COVID-19 situation here, KKU realized that virtual classroom need to be conducted. So Konkan University, reach the student by providing student with the laptop to rent, to borrow. So student who has student ID, you can go to the library and then identify yourself that you want to borrow the laptop for 7 days, because you have to do virtual classroom, something like that. So Konkan University realized that the equality must be there, right? So every student who face difficulty in terms of attending virtual classroom, Konkan University provide with this stuff. Not only laptop, but also many stuff like iPad or tablet and so on and so forth that student can borrow. Okay, last but not the least, there is a announcement of beasiswa active recruitment. So for those who would like to study at the content university, please go to check out the website here, Active Recruitment KKU, and then find out whether there is a scholarship over there, because for active recruitment, KKU just provide several scholarship for those who would like to study. So you may go to check the website and then find out if the website indicate full, it means that you will get full scholarship. But if you indicate like type 1, type 2, type 3, indicate that that is the partial scholarship. All right, thank you so much for kind attention. That's all my presentation for this event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Agung, for the delightful presentation. I think many participants today is interested in going to Thailand to continue their study. Maybe they already have their plan, or maybe some just got interested today to go to Thailand. So you can all learn about the protocol that has been explained by Mr. Agung to be prepared to go to Thailand. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Agung, for the presentation. And for the next session, we will have the discussion session for our two speakers, Dr. Fitria Nurul and also Mr. Agung. So I think we have several questions in the chat room. Maybe from the committee, can you give it in the slide for the questions from the participants, so we can all read the questions. Okay. Okay, we have our first question here. I think it's for Dr. Fitria, maybe, from Ms. Puturini. Thank you for the explanation. I'm Putu. I would like to ask about the uses of masks. I've tried to double my surgical mask with a cloth mask outside, especially when I go out for monthly shopping. However, I felt out of breath because of that. Hence, may I ask for a suggestion that should I double my surgical mask with the other surgical mask, or only wear one mask, one surgical mask? Thank you very much. Okay, please, Dr. Fitria, maybe you can answer for this question.
Okay, so I answer directly, okay? Right, thank you for the question, Puturini, yeah? Okay. I try to double my surgical mask with a cloth mask, okay? The first of all, in research, yeah, in medical mask research, there's no need to double your medical mask, because one medical mask already can filter more than 95% of particles, and more than 95% dust, and even the virus. So you don't need to double your medical mask with anything, I guess. In the past day, we're doubling our medical mask with a cloth mask, or even with the second medical mask. Yeah, that's because we are in the middle of ketidaktahuan. Yeah, there's still so many research for that. Yeah, there's still so many research for the 19 viruses, and we're still so afraid of the viruses. So many of us double our medical mask with another medical mask. So, recently we are some of the people double the medical mask with the cloth mask. And I think the reasons for doing such as this is like just avoiding because medical mask is very expensive, was more expensive in the middle of the last years, I think. So even it's a rare thing, yeah. In the middle of year of 2020, yeah. So because it is very valuable, we use double the mask, the medical mask with the cloth mask. In the reason for not just to make the medical mask not getting dirty, yeah. Because if the medical mask is getting dirty, we have to change with another one. So yes, we don't need to, yeah. I think we don't need to double the medical mask or surgical mask with cloth mask. Even the three-layer cloth mask is almost same effective with medical mask if used in a community, yeah, not in a high-risk community. Even in the high-risk community, single layer of a medical mask is enough, unless, yeah, apa namanya? If you're going to isolation facility that you cannot go by the only one layer of medical mask, you are using that, you have to protect it from the aerosol, which have to filter more than 99% of the virus or particles. So you're using like kind of KN95 or N95 mask, yeah. But if you're only using for grocery shopping or for the daily walk, even your 3-layer cloth mask is enough, I think. Yeah, you don't need to double it with anything else. And the most important of wearing mask is something is the closest one to your skin. Yeah, the adherence to your skin is it needs to be cover your nose and your mouth enough. Yeah, just like what I already said. So. What the kind of mask, but I think it's not for not the thin one, yeah. Any surgical mask will do. 1 layer of surgical mask will do. Even the 3-layer cloth mask will do. Okay. And yes, of course, if you double it, you will feel out of breath, yeah, because there's the ventilation, yeah, the oxygen is getting very low. Yeah, I think that's the answer.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fitria. So it's okay to just wear one surgical mask or a 3-layer cloth mask for monthly shopping for Mrs. Puturini. But what is important, like what Dr. Fitria said, is the way you wear the mask. Right, Dr. Fitria, you have to cover all, not with the earring mode, the station, the what do you call it? Very much model of use of mask in the community. We have to use it in the right way. Okay, thank you very much to Dr. Fitria and also Ms. Puturini for the question. We will go to the second question. Yes, this is from our head of School of Pharmacy, Ms. Saptanti Harimurti. I would like to ask about the second vaccination. How if the second vaccination is not in the schedule? What will happen and what should we do? So maybe we have to do something while we already been scheduled for the second vaccination. What can you do?
Yeah.
Or what will happen?
Yeah. Okay, thank you for the question, Mrs. Saptanti Harimurti. Okay, I would like to ask about the second vaccination. Okay, based on the research, yeah, there are 2 criteria of for the distance of the second vaccination. There's 14 days and 28 days. Yeah, okay, and the recent research say that 14 days and 28 days doesn't have any significant difference of antibody level. So our government choosing the longest period yeah, for this vaccination, which is 28 days, because the availability of the vaccine itself is already been so hard so lately, yeah, not running so well, but the availability of the vaccine just recently. So our government choosing the longest period of the vaccine. So how if the second vaccination is not in the schedule, whether it's not in 14 or even not in 28 days, yeah. Another research say that the second dose of the Sinovac vaccinations must be taken at least 35 days, yeah, 35 days after the first dose. Okay, how about if it's more than 35 days? So yes, if we take it more than 35 days, so I think the effectivity of the vaccine, because the second vaccine is like a booster, yeah, like a booster for the first vaccine. So I think the effectivity of the vaccine will be decreasing, or even if you get any longer, you will lose the effectivity of the first vaccine. So what the consequences? Yeah, if you're taking longer, yeah, more longer than 35 vaccination, the consequences is until you retake, yeah, yeah, mengulang, yeah, retake another for the first and even the second dose, yeah, you have to repeat it again. You have to repeat again from the first dose. But I hope it's not more than 35 days. Our government can make sure that the availability of the vaccine is already there. Just pray that we're not more than 35 days. Okay. And what?
Amen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
What should you do? Maybe you should buy another vaccine for yourself, not from the government. That's maybe another solution, but yeah, even we can now we cannot have apa namanya ya, connection to another kind of vaccine other than Sinovac from right now, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Fitria. So I think all of us that have been vaccinated for the first vaccination, we have to stay with the schedule. We have to see what day is today. Is it our second day, third day, 10th day, 30th day? So we cannot above 35 days. The maximum for the second vaccination, 35 days. Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Fitria. Okay, we can go on to the next question. From Mr. Max Limpan. I've got vaccinated. Do I still can be a carrier of COVID-19? If yes, how many percent I can be a carrier of COVID-19? Thank you. Please, Dr. Fitria.
Okay, thank you for the question, Max Limpan. If you got vaccinated, so I think your antibody was already trained for the COVID-19 virus. So the purpose for the vaccination is to make you not getting sick by the infection of COVID-19. But you still can be infected. Yes. Can be infected. Yeah. What? Okay. Can we still be infected after we're being vaccinated? Yes. Yes, we can. Yes, we still can infected by the COVID-19 virus, but we hope that the infection is not so severe. We have maybe some not even. We hope that we are asymptomatic. If we are asymptomatic, our We hope that, yeah, we hope that your viral load, viral level in your blood is not high enough to infect to another people. Yeah. So if you're not getting sick, so
cuma
the
satu Pak
viral
yang
load in your, yeah.
dari 15 sasaran cuma satu yang nggak kena.
Okay, maybe for the other participants, you can mute your microphone.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Please continue.
Yeah, your viral load is not high enough to get it infected to other people. So your antibody is already sterilized, control the virus in your body. So it's not reach your it's not reaching your mucosa. So it's not it cannot
transmit the virus, like
spread the virus to another people. The carrier, the word of carrier means that you are infected by the COVID-19, but you are not you are asymptomatic, not do not have a symptom at all for the COVID-19, but you still can infect to other people. So maybe, maybe you can be a carrier and you can spread to other people, but the probability is so small. The probability is getting so small, I think. That's why the vaccination program is very the government tends to have this vaccination program, because to lower the spread rate of the COVID-19. Okay, thank you. But yes, you still can be infected by this COVID-19. So I think the protocol, we still need all the protocol, do it all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Fitria. So there's always a possibility, although we are already vaccinated, we can be infected. We can still be a carrier of COVID-19, but it's much lower than if we're not vaccinated. Okay, we will go on to the next questions. I think we have lots of questions today, so I think it's because it's very interesting lecture from the two speakers. For the next question, I think this is for Mr. Agung from Bagus Pradana. If we have gotten the second vaccination, can we take the 7-day ASK? This is the quarantine, right, Mr. Agung? Okay,
Alternative
7 days
state quarantine.
ASK. Okay, not the 10 days in Thailand. Okay, please, Mr. Agung.
Okay, thank you, Bagus, for the question. When you fill in the form of entry to Thailand in the website, you can identify yourself that you got second vaccine. With which vaccine do you have, and then do you have any certificate? Then you can upload there. When you can identify your vaccination, you will have only 7 days alternative state quarantine, not 10 days. This is the regulation made in the 1st April last week that decreased the number of quarantine from 10 to 7 for those who got vaccinated already. That's it.
Okay, it must be a relief for Mr. Agus and Mr. Bagus here. Don't have to be quarantined for 10 days, just 7 days. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Agung. We will go to the next question. The fifth question. Okay, maybe the committee don't have to slideshow if it's too difficult to give the questions. Okay. This is the next question from Safril. Okay. From Mr. Safril Hidayat. This is also for Mr. Agung. I would like to ask which one we have to book first. Do we have to prove the ASK or we have to book for the flight ticket first? Please, Mr. Agung.
All right, Pak Sapril, I think for this question, we have to know first that the form for certificate of entry is very flexible. If you go that website, you can select whether you have already booked ticket or quarantine. You can select there, and you can also edit or change the information before finalizing your status. However, if I may suggest to you, which one to book the ticket first or ASQ? I think we have to see the flight schedule first because they are very scheduled ticket. So please indicate which schedule that you want to go and then select them. And when you got the what we call the schedule time to go to Thailand, then you can book for the ASQ, alternative state quarantine. So it's more appropriate, right? If you book first ASU and then you do not get the flight ticket for that day, how comes? It's dangerous, right? Serious problem. However, you can still change your information on the website. Please be watch, please be advised and be careful when you fulfill the form, the application. Yeah, between two, look at the flight first, and then the flight will show the schedule, the timeline, the number of flight that they will do in the 14 days ahead, something like that. So you can select that day, which operator or which airplane that they have. So that's it, Sabrina.
Okay, so Mr. Shafril, the suggestion from Mr. Agung is to book the flight ticket first before you fill in the form for the ASQ. And fortunately, it's still a flexible form, so you can edit it before you submit the form. I hope it can answer your questions. Okay. Okay, we can go to the next question. I think we still have other questions today. Yes, okay, for the 7th question from Meow. Hello, I'm Meow from Content. Want to ask about how do we know if we are infected from COVID-19 after getting interaction with someone who gets COVID? I think this is for Dr. Fitria. Please, you can answer.
Well, okay, thank you, Meow. Okay. How we know if we infected COVID after getting interaction? Yeah, actually, we never know where our infections, we're getting the infection from. Yeah, so even if we know that we have friends that have the symptoms, sometimes if we are getting positive COVID-19, maybe we are not getting sick from our friends. Yeah, maybe it's from our environments, another source of infection. So I guess the key is not from where, but to know that whether you are infected or not. Yeah, that's the more important. No matter from where the infection you get it from. So if you have interaction with someone with COVID, so you have to you have observe yourself. Yeah, observe yourself of the symptom of COVID-19 that we already spoken before. Yeah, like fever, cough, maybe, or loss of your a loss of your taste, yeah, and then you cannot smell anything, yeah. That make you and the symptoms is varies from the 7th day until the 14 days after you getting in the interaction with the persons, yeah. So it's not getting so sudden. If you're met just yesterday, you're not getting infected by these days. No, I think you're not going to know that you're getting infection just in the next day you have interaction with that persons. So you have to wait about maybe 7 until 14 days after that. So it's not just sudden, you know. So what you have to do is just observe yourself, yeah. Just doing by yourself, yeah. Get isolated, yeah. If you think you are close contact to your friends, just get isolate yourself, yeah. And then observe yourself about the symptoms. If you have the symptoms, about 7 until 14 days, you have to contact your healthcare facilities and to get yourself to get tests for the PCR, I guess. But if you already have 14 days in your isolation and you don't have any kind of COVID-19 symptoms, I think you're free to go. Yeah, because that the limitation of the isolation is 14 days. So how? Yes. Time will answer how. Yeah, only the time will answer whether you're getting infection or not. Or, yeah, or you have yourself test, yeah, by PCR modes. I think by 5 days, yeah, I think the closest is 4 days, yeah. 4 days after the interaction, the close interaction with the infected one. 4 days, even you're not having any symptoms, you can test yourself with the PCR. Only the PCR, not the antigen, not the antibody. Yeah, only the PCR mode, yeah, mode of test that you can confirm yourself whether you are infected or not. Yeah. So if you don't want to isolate yourself in 14 days and getting wonder whether I'm infected or not, yes, go to the lab and test yourself with the PCR for 4 until 5 days after you're getting close contact with the suspected one. Okay. That's how meow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think it's very clear enough for the explanation. Maybe a further explanation, Dr. Fitria, about the close interaction. Is there any criteria about close interaction?
All right. The close interaction, if you have close interactions and you have talking more than 10 minutes without mask, yeah. Closest, the distance closest than 1 meter, you're talking each other without a mask more than 10 minutes, yes, that is close contact. But if you're talking more than 10 minutes in the phone, I think that's okay. Yeah. I think that's
think that the virus can spread through the phone, right, Dr.
Yeah, even if you downloaded it. Or maybe you're in the same room, maybe. Yeah, it's like your roommate, maybe, yeah. You might have the infections. Yeah. Maybe if you're not not talking more than 10 minutes, but you're in one environment, the same environment with your friends. So I think, yes, you are the close contacts. One building, not one building, one room, not net room. I think it's not close contacts. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Fitri. I hope it already answered the question from Ms. Miao. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? The next question, maybe? Okay, we have the next question here from Dini Wulansari. I would like to ask to Kun Agung for a laptop that we can borrow. Is the software for design installed or is it just standard software such as Microsoft Office, etc.? Okay, maybe she's going to a faculty or major that needs a specific
All right.
installation.
Thank you very much for interesting question, Mbak Dini. I haven't had experience to borrow enhance, but my friend told me that when we borrow, the condition of the laptop is standard. However, if you are requiring another software like InDesign software, Adobe, something like that, KKU provide Adobe Cloud. So you may install them first in your laptop to 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 play your to play with your design application. The laptop is standard software on the Microsoft Office, and then if you are looking for another software like for design, you can download on the code that KKU had subscription, yeah, for years, and then you can do your work there. That's it.
Okay, is it quite clear, Miss Jenny? I hope it is clear enough. Does she have to uninstall it after before we give it back to the library, Mr. Agung?
No, you don't have to. But if you, because the staff will reset again all the software automatically, or yeah, manually, something like that. So,
okay, thank you very much. Okay, we can go to the next question. The ninth question. Oh, it's from Mr. Max Limpan again. I want to ask to Mr. Agung. You said we should inform to IAD. Can we do it via online? But we got first email from IAD before. When we arrive at KKU after 14 days, we should go to the IAD office and take the documents like passport, agreement letter, etc. When can we inform the IAD online? And how about the documents? Thank you.
I'm worried to make wrong information. Maybe I'm mistaken, but my intention to share to you about reporting online is just notification. No, do not do report about academic terms. You just mention informally that you arrive in Konkan, something like that. So you just what do we call, like, informally announcing that you are in Konkan and now you are doing isolation for 14 days. When you have done your isolation 14 days, then you go to the IAD to report your academic background, you report your academic requirement in order to process the scholarship, something like that. So it's different terms. I would say, I'm sorry if you got misunderstood. That I mean by reporting online is notification, just informally announcing that you are here in Konkan. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. It's okay. But important thing is that you have to do the report yourself face to face after you have done 14 days quarantine. Do you get my point, Pak? Please, Mr. Limpan.
Yes. How is it, Mr. Max Limpan? Or would you like to ask by yourself directly? I think it is already explained clearly by Mr. Agung. So it's not compulsory to have to report about your arrival, but the compulsory one is report after the 14-day quarantine to the IAT. But I think it's better to report informally to Mr. Agung and the other staff of IAT when you arrive, so they know your status, and who knows if there's something you need, maybe from the IAD can help you. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Agong and Mr. Max Limpan. Okay, any other questions? I think lots of students here that's planning to go to Thailand. Okay, we have the next question from Mr. Lukman from KKU. Hola, hola, Mr. Lukman. I would like to ask, in case in the dorm, my friend gets symptoms of this virus, what should I do as his roommate? Then what steps university or KKU is doing? Thank you. Maybe this is for the two speakers, for Dr. Fitria and also Mr. Agung. Please, who would like to answer first? Maybe Dr. Fitria can answer about the case. What should Mr. Lukman do as a roommate if it's already confirmed that his roommate has the COVID-19 virus?
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's like a tricky one because this is your roommate have the symptom of this virus. So, yes. The principle is just you, whether your friend or you, even yourself, have to isolate yourself, yeah, in 14 days and report to maybe the local healthcare or maybe for the KKU that if your roommate have the symptoms. I think in this UMY, yeah, UMY has a policy that if you have any symptoms of this COVID-19, then you have to isolate yourself, whether you are in home or maybe in your dorm. And if you live in the dorm, so even your friends have to be isolated too, because you are close contacts. Yeah, because you're close contacts. So, but if your friend have a symptom of this COVID-19, I think the government will do the test to your friends. Yeah, if your friend have a confirmed the COVID-19 disease, so the isolation will continue 14 days for you. Yeah. And for your friends, maybe he or she will have treatments. And if you have no symptoms, then you have to be isolate yourself for 14 days, whether in government facility or in KKU facility, I don't know. If your friend have a symptoms, but the test was negative, then you can be relieved. So your friends only get some common cold or flu because the symptoms just same like, yeah. So alike. So I think sometimes you cannot differentiate between this by only the symptoms. I think by only the symptoms, sometimes you cannot differentiate between the COVID-19 virus and the common cold, unless you do another test like that. So I think the next step is to make sure that your friend is being taken care of. Yeah, even maybe from the KKU or the local healthcare. Okay, thank you. And how about yourself? Yeah, you should take your isolation too until the test of your friends coming out. Yeah, I think that's the suggestions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fitria. So I think it's probably the same with the previous question about how we can, what do you call it? How we know that we are infected or not with the COVID-19. We have to do isolation. We have to do the test. Okay, for the next from Mr. Agung to answer the question about the procedure in the KKU.
Let me. Oh, cannot.
Oh, do you want to share screen?
Yes, because 2 days. Oh no, 3 or 5 days. 5 days ago, there were two doctors infected by COVID-19 in the hospital. We were so amazed or what we call surprised uh, because because it's very local transmission happening there. The doctor said she didn't go to another province, just stay in content and then go several places, and then suddenly the what the nose running, something like that, could not smell something, and then fever happening, and yes, when she test positive for COVID, and then the boom, something like that, the Faculty of Medicine in Konkan announced this is this condition, and then what the faculty does is, yes, he cancel the surgery and then order services, very limited services, and then teaching and learning process, going back to virtual meeting and cleaning everything. And for students who got um, closely interaction with the doctor, need to inform the faculty to report their condition, and then because the faculty want to trace something like that, right? Tracing who people who have been interacting with the doctor, and also the the this this update virus happening um, affect to our friends, Indonesian friends here, because Indonesian student here interact with the student who were in the place with the diagnosed people there. So nowadays, our friends, Indonesian student, do isolation. So in my dorm actually, she stays, she stay nowadays in the isolation, and then her roommates move to another room with our friends. So nowadays, she is doing quarantine in our dorm, and hopefully she is getting better for and nothing with the condition, I mean virus infection. So that's what the Faculty of Medicine of KKU is doing in response to the update uh, virus uh, outbreak. Yes.
Okay, so maybe for the case, if his roommate is infected by COVID-19, so Mr. Lukman should report to his faculty or maybe to the IID. Okay. Okay, I hope that already answered to Mr. Lukman, and I hope all of you are still in a good condition. Okay, do we still have any other questions for the two speakers? Okay. Ms. Futuridin will have another question. Maybe for Mr. Agung about the vaccine certificate. Should we translate our vaccine certificate into English before uploading it on COE? Please, Mr. Agung.
How could I answer this? Thank you, Mbak Putu. I think it's better if we translate to English. So please providing English translation. If you have the only Indonesian language, you may go to see the penerjemah tersumbah for the translation. Or if you make a special request to the provider for this vaccine, it's better. But please upload the English language certificate. It may be difficult, but it's better to anticipate something like that. I think the choice is to anticipate the cancellation for this application, right? If we translate them into English translation, so they can read exactly the result, the announcement, the information of the certificate. Yeah, that's my suggestion actually. But you can look for another valid information to the website of entry to Thailand. Please go to check many times in order to find the valid information, because me too, I just learn from the experience and the website.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Agung. Maybe Mr. Puku would like to add some information.
Okay, thank you for the time. I only want to inform that actually in this 23rd of April, we would like to conduct a meeting with uh, Indonesian Embassy from the Bangkok. We invite them to come to Konkan University, but because of COVID, increase again in the Konkan. So I just want to inform to the Parmita student in the Konkan University that that kind of agenda is postponed. So we cannot meet with embassy until the time reschedule again. So I would like to say sorry about that. And for the passport for the student in Konkan University that they would like to make the new passport, we will try to inform the embassy that we can do this passport by online or not. But the file I already sent to the embassy. So this is the information that for the Indonesian student in the Konkan University. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the additional information, Mr. Puku. We will have, maybe you can wait for the information about the certificates or about other documents that you have to prepare from the embassy in the time being. Okay, any other questions? Is there any more questions? Yeah, okay, this is the 12th questions from Ms. Zafira. Dear Mr. Agung, I want to ask about the departure date for ASEAN GMS Scholarship Awardee. IAD staff mentioned in our email that we have to arrive at KKU on June 28th. So after arriving at KKU, when we should report our arrival at IAD in KKU, should we do the self-quarantine in our dorm before report our arrival, while we complete the quarantine in Bangkok for 10 days, 11 nights? 10 days, 11 nights. Okay. Yeah, please, Mr. Agung.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Zafira, sorry. It's a little bit the same as Mr. Lee makes before, but let me, okay, arrive at KKU. Okay, so like this, if you want to keep up, if you want to give, if you want KKU to keep update about your journey to Thailand, you have to report informally, that you are here nowadays, you are doing quarantine nowadays, and then tomorrow you will be heading to Konkan, and then I will stay in Konkan, something like that. So it's informally notification. But what KKU 64 is, in order to do the process of our scholarship, you have to report your document to the office directly, something like that. So it's different way, that when you want to report for the specific purpose, like processing the scholarship, you have to go to office directly. But if you want to inform your journey, your traveling process from your hometown to Thailand, you are suggested. And it's not compulsory. It's not compulsory to report your journey process. Is okay, but the compulsory is to report your academic process for scholarship. But as the prevention process, I do hope that you can give us update information of your journey, something like that. It's just to realize and control and monitor. Where are you? Something like that. Oh, are you in Bangkok nowadays? Okay, please stay safe, and then do the instruction carefully, something like that. And then we watch you from far away here, something like that. And then when you are in content, also we realize, okay, our new student is here. Please do follow the local regulation. You scan barcode, everything, something like that. Do quarantine, and then KKU realize that you are here. And when something happen, right? When something happen about you, KKU will try to respond, something like that. If you do not do informally, I would underline the word informally your notification, KKU doesn't realize that you are here. So the purpose is 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 to inform that you are around Thailand. If you don't want to inform, that's okay, no problem. But we worry that if you experience something bad, experience something serious that make you feel uncomfortable, we want to provide you with the quick response, quick observation. Right, that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Agung. So the suggestion is to still report informally. When you mean with informally, is it like we report through the email, or is there any contact number we have to telephone the IAD maybe?
Yes, there is an email there is one person in charge of it. His name is Kun Isara. You can email him and update your position. Just email is okay. No phone number, that's fine. Email is because intensive conversation will be in the email.
Okay, so make sure, Ms. Safira, you email the IAD when you arrive in Thailand. Okay, thank you. I think we have the last question for today, the 13th question. Please, for the committee. Okay, from Ms. Eko Ratnawati. May I ask, I have symptoms like herpes after the second vaccination of COVID. So the symptoms often appear until now, especially in night. How about this? I'm vaccinated on January 2021. This is for Dr. Fitria. You can answer.
Well, okay, thank you for the question for Ms. Eko Ratnawati. Yeah. Okay, as long as I read the research for the vaccine COVID, I don't know what vaccine that you take, but for Sinovac or maybe AstraZeneca, for Pfizer or Moderna, yes, there is a side effect in the skin. Yeah, there's side effect in the skin, but the skin, I think they are only the side effect is like pain, maybe redness or swelling in the injection location. And for the systematic, it's like tiredness, headache, muscle pain, maybe chills. Yeah, there's some chills symptoms in a couple people. Some people develop fever, yeah, just low grade fever, and sometimes nausea. But if here you say that the symptom is specific to herpes. Yeah, I don't know whether if you have the infection of herpes before, but if you have the infection of herpes before, the symptoms of herpes, even without the vaccines, is sometimes it's still still can be occur again. Yeah, because of the systemic condition of the body. Sometimes the systemic condition of the body that will make the singles comes again, yeah, spread again, is because weaken the immune system and go, and then like post herpetic neuralgia. So sometimes the herpes is not coming up, but the pain is coming up. It's like it's neuralgia. So it's like pain, but it's because of your nerve. It's not by the varicella itself, yeah, but because the nerve is already been so already been so sensitive, yeah, it's like this. So for the, I think if you have if you have this like herpes-like symptoms, I think it's not because of the vaccines for the specific, but maybe if the vaccines make your immune system being so sometimes some period is weakened, I think yes, maybe there are post-herpetic neuralgia is occurred. But even without the second dose, yeah, of the vaccine, I think the post-herpetic neuralgia can still be appear by a person that ever infected by the herpes. Yeah, so I think it's not it's not specifically happened by the vaccine COVID-19 vaccines. I hope that's help.
Okay. So Ms. Eko, she just add some information in the chat room that her vaccine was Sinovac. Dr. Fitria. What should Ms. Eko do? Maybe just go to the doctor for the treatment of the herpes-like symptom, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of herpes-like symptom is it a single spread again, like the nodule, like cystic nodule is spread again, or only the pain. But if only the pain is like a post-herpetic neuralgia, sometimes it's not related by the vaccine itself. But even without the vaccine, it can be cured. But it's good if you want to see the doctor to talk about the symptoms, whether it's because another conditions, yeah, or maybe it's because the vaccine. But until now, I haven't read about the side effect of the Sinovac vaccine that make herpes-like symptoms like being so pain, yeah. The reaction, even the allergic reaction for the Sinovac is even lower than the Moderna or the Pfizer. So yes, so if you want to know that this is maybe for now is safer vaccines, yes, for Sinovac, because the side effect, I don't know whether it's not reported or not, but I think the side effect of this vaccine is still so so mild. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fitria. I hope it has already answered the question from Ms. Eko Rentawati. So maybe you can visit the doctor to assure about the herpes-like symptoms and also about the treatment. Okay, thank you very much for all participants and also for the two speakers for the very well discussion in this third session today. And maybe I would like to give some conclusion about what we have been talking about in this discussion session, and also for the presentation from the two speakers. So I would like to highlight maybe from Dr. Fitria's presentation about the health protocols. that we should do it all. Do it all the health protocols, we do it all. We don't just do 1, 2, or 3, just do it all. And not just do it all, but do it right. Do it in the right way, like how to wear a mask. Don't wear the mask incorrectly. Use the mask correctly, like just Mr. Akung just did recently right now. Yeah, okay, so do it all and do it right for all the protocols, or health protocols, to prevent the COVID-19 transmission. And for Mr. Agung presentation, that we must be aware that in Thailand, especially, there's a second wave. I don't know about the Indonesia. There's no 1, 2, 3 wave. It's always waving, right, Dr. Fitria? So I think wherever we are in Indonesia or in Thailand, we still have to do all the protocols. Now in Thailand with the second wave, then we have to comply with the strict protocols. Maybe there's some adjustment different from the previous one. From the pre-departure to arrival protocols for all the students who would like to study in Thailand, please, you can comply to the protocols. And that KKU has done many adjustments and also has provide many facilities. I think that's a very, very interesting that I would like to highlight what Mr. Akung just said about assuring the equality of the online learning facilities versus the health protocols. I think KKU has done a very, very good job in doing this equality. So the students can still learn well, and they still have keep safe during the pandemic. I think UMY also has their own procedures to keep all the students, to keep all the lecturers and staff all safe during the pandemic. Okay, I think that's all for this session. Thank you very much, Dr. Fitria Nurul and also Mr. Agung Purwawidian for the sharing sessions. I hope all the participants can get many insights, more insights about the COVID-19 health protocols and also the specific protocols in Thailand. And I think that's all. Thank you very much for the participation from all the participants, and maybe for the Muslims who will have their Ramadan fasting next week. I would like to send happy fasting. I hope during the pandemic we can still do our prayer, our fasting well, and everybody is still safe and healthy. Thank you very much, and I would like to give it back to the Master of Ceremony. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for Apotheker Nurul Mazia, MSc, and thank you to the speakers, Dr. Fitria Nurul Hidayah and Mr. Agung Purwawidian. Before the next agenda, this is photo session. Please open your camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. All participants, the next agenda is giving certificate for the speakers and moderators. The first certificate for Dr. Fitria Nurul Hidayah SPPD MSc. Next, second certificate for Mr. Agung Purwawidian M.Ed. And last, certificate for Apoteker Nurul Maziah MSc. And the next agenda is the handover of the grant, which will be represented by Mrs. Apoteker Saptanti Harimuti PhD to Permita Konken University, Mr. Apoteker Pugu Novi Arsito MSc. For Apoteker Saptanti Harimuti PhD, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much again to the speakers. Dr. Fitria, thank you so much. Mr. Agung, thank you. And to the moderator also, we would like to say thank you. And here there is a few grants. We will give it to the Permita in order to help them there to buy some, maybe to buy some alcohol or masker, to make some, hand sanitizer maybe. Not much, but maybe will help. Yeah, hopefully this a few grant will useful there. Maybe Pak Pugo will give some speech about this grant. This is for the starter kit to have a new student, international student in Konkan University. Thank you. Pak Pugo. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Could you hear my voice?
Ya Pak, kedengeran.
Okay.
Your voice, Pak Pugo, we cannot hear your voice.
Can you hear my voice? I'm sorry.
Yes, we can hear now, Mr. Pugo.
Okay, thank you. And I would like to say many thank you to Faculty of Medical and Health Sciences, especially for School of Pharmacy, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, for this starter kit. And this starter kit will, I hope this starter kit will very useful for Indonesian student in here, and also maybe for Indonesian student or another participant that attend this agenda today. And I would like to say thank you very much. ขอบคุณนะครับ
Welcome.
Okay, all participants, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the end of this event. On behalf of the Master of Ceremony and Committee, we would like to extend once again our deepest appreciation to you all for support in participation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Agung.
Thank you so much.
Terima kasih. Terima
Thank you,
kasih,
ya,
Dr.
sama-sama.
Fitria, Pak Agung.
Terima kasih semua.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih.